Hi folks, Mark here, Views from Mark. As always, I hope you're keeping safe, healthy and are well. Today I'm doing an unboxing of something from Globe-Trotter to actually replace this. Let's roll the credits and get straight to it. Right folks, so as I say, today I'm doing an unboxing of something from Globe-Trotter that is going to actually replace something on this Globe-Trotter. Now, to give you a quick update before we begin, today I'm wearing the Sunspell Riviera Polo as seen in Casino Royale on Daniel Craig, and also the No Time to Die Amiga Special Edition. Now, I say I'm unboxing something to replace something on my Globe-Trotter, and it's actually this case cover. Now, this one that I have on the case currently is only a very, very cheap £9–10 order off Amazon. You know, there are loads of them out there that you can choose from. And this one has served me very well, to be fair. I've used it a handful of times on trips when I've gone to New York, when I've gone into Europe, and it's protected the case brilliantly. However, I was always after something from Globe-Trotter that would fit a bit better, where the cutouts for the handles would be in a bit better position, and something that would just offer a bit more protection, because obviously if you're spending the kind of money on a Globe-Trotter case, which is likely going to be the only case that you ever really need, it's worth investing in that extra bit of protection. So I was eagerly anticipating a case cover from Globe-Trotter, and I'd heard rumours that there was one in the works, that something was being developed, and that actually they'd been made at one point, and it was just waiting for that point when they were launched. And Globe-Trotter recently did launch a full line of case covers for all their different luggage options that they have. This one has done a brilliant job protecting my case so far, but it is starting to show signs of wear and tear. I'll give you some close-up shots of that, and you can kind of see where the stitching is kind of fraying a little bit. It's starting to come apart a bit, but this was a very cheap option. It wasn't specifically designed for this Globe-Trotter or this case. It's a generic one that fits on any kind of luggage that is of this size. So when Globe-Trotter did release the carry-on versions of their own case covers, I was very excited. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to grab one of these and do an unboxing, show you guys what my first thoughts and impressions are, how it fits on this case, how easy it is then to open the case if you needed to get at things whilst you're traveling, etc. So what I'll do is I'll pop this one to one side for now, and we'll get straight to the unboxing. So obviously this is quite a large bag, as you can see. I mean, if I put this in front of me, you can only just about see me, but when they gave this to me in the store, I'll undo the top here, they said, did I want it in the box or did I want them to take it out? I said, I'm going to do an unboxing, so I want it as it would come. So if you order it online and it's delivered, this is how it would come. So we obviously have a very large bag with quite a large box inside. Pop that to one side. I do have a trusty knife, which I'm going to use to very carefully cut the plastic, and then we'll just tear into this and get this show on the road. I'd heard that Globe-Trotter were working on these for quite a while. It had been about, I would say, maybe a year. I'd been talking to them. I'd go into the flagship store in Burlington Arcade, which if you haven't been to and you're in London and you have an opportunity to do so, I thoroughly recommend it. The staff in there are lovely, very welcoming and friendly, and very knowledgeable as well. And I've been talking to them about these case covers, when were they due to come through, etc. And they didn't really have a date, but recently they launched these quite quietly actually. I mean, they did send out an email to customers, and if you're onto their mailing list, so you would have heard about these, but I'm really excited to do a proper review and actually field test it. So without further ado, open up the case, or the box rather, and inside, a piece of text, which I wasn't expecting. Globe-Trotter, defining the art of travel since 1897. Welcome to the next chapter of your Globe-Trotter journey. Our case covers are designed to keep your luggage looking pristine, regardless of how frequently you travel. So pack your bags, embrace the unknown, and rest assured that Globe-Trotter has you covered every step of the way, rather. Share your adventures with the hashtag #MyGlobeTrotter, which I am certain I will be doing. So inside, it's quite a Big box. I'm assuming that this is the size box regardless of the size of luggage that you have and the cover that you're getting. I imagine obviously if you have a check-in size bag, it's going to fill this entire box. But wow. First off, I can say there is a smell of leather because there is definite leather pieces on this case cover. I shall pop this to one side. And as I say, this is the case carry-on cover size piece. So first impressions out the bag, it's very, very nicely made. Whereas the cheap cover that I have already, you could say, is kind of it's like a very cheap and thin kind of almost spandex. It's stretchy. This isn't. This is what they call a woolly necks, which is a breathable fabric which offers top to bottom protection against all kind of scrapes that you might get into. So looking at this, I can see, if I turn this around actually, give you guys a view, we have proper cutouts now for the latches, so the locks, the handle on the side. We have cutouts at the bottom here, or rather areas where clearly the four wheels will go through. Top is kind of going to be protected, and then we do have as well a double feature there for the handles. And it's got this lovely, this really is proper real leather. There's real leather on here in certain bits of detailing. So on the zips, on the actual pulleys on the zips, and then on the side here you do have a lovely Globe-Trotter kind of embossed piece of leather at the side. So there is a zip which we will open up, which the case will slide into, and we shall do that momentarily. So your case kind of fits in here. And it's strange. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, is this going to be big enough for my carry-on? But let's give this a go, shall we? So, Globe-Trotter on this side, case cover. And what I will do is I will bring up my Globe-Trotter. Actually, I'll pop this on its side because the way that you take this one off, there's no zip or anything. Once this case cover is on your Globe-Trotter, it's on your Globe-Trotter. You can't easily get access to what's inside. So you really have to make sure that once you've packed your luggage, that you don't necessarily need to get anything in a hurry out of here. And actually, when I travel through Heathrow with this, going through security, one thing I will say is, obviously, if you've got a laptop or your cosmetics, you know, deodorant, aftershave, mouthwash, whatever, inside the case, not all airports have the new scanners where you can send your luggage through without them having to open it up and take out the liquids. They are coming. I know in Heathrow they are pretty much nearly there. But with this cover, as I say, you kind of have to unvelcro the bottom bit. There's this elasticated strap which kind of goes on the bottom there to hold the cover in place. So if you're having to do that at security, it's a bit of a faff, as you can imagine. So we'll take this off. And you can see as well, it does get caught a little bit. It's cheap. It's like £10, I think, on Amazon, £10, £12, nothing horrendously expensive. And it's done the job, but it is starting to show wear and tear, even though it's never been kind of thrown about or anything like that. It's not like the case has been out of my possession and been kind of thrown about by baggage handlers or anything like that. So it is something that, you know, hasn't had that much extreme use, but it is showing signs of wear and tear. So that's why we're upgrading today to this lovely case cover from Globe-Trotter. Now, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this, so bear with me, but I want to see how easily this is going to attach or fit onto the case, and I'm not going to edit this out, or at least I'm going to try not to edit this out. So what I'm thinking I will do is perhaps place the bottom of the case in first with the wheels. So forgive me if you can't see me currently, but I can give you an update shortly. So I'm trying to get this so that the case cover kind of goes where it needs to. That's actually that is actually pretty easy, I have to say. So the bottom part is on. Let's see if we can get the top on. Oh wow, okay. So we get this over the top as well. What I will do actually is try to get my luggage tag through there. Right, okay. Bear with me, I know this is probably not looking that elegant or that polished at the minute, but we are making this up as we go along, folks. So, okay, so we have, okay, brilliant. So I think the bottom section is on. What we will then do is try and put through this top section. Now, if you haven't seen me doing the unboxing of this actual No Time to Die special edition case, numbered edition, there is a video on my YouTube. I will pop up in the corner here, or it's also in the description below. If you would like to check that out, please do feel free. Wow, okay. Great. Okay, so that's, I think, nearly there. Just a few final adjustments. And then let's give this a go. So this kind of zips up and around the bottom as well. Hopefully you can see there. As I say, it's just getting it all fitting perfectly and snug. I'll turn this around so I can actually see what I'm doing. There we go. Very straightforward, I must say. I'm thoroughly impressed with that. So, if I pop this up, you will hopefully see this is the case, and that is very smart. I'm genuinely impressed. I've just got some fluff on it there, but yeah, if I pop these zips at the side there, so really, I mean, this is perfect for this case. If I pop this here, then what I'll do is I will get some close-up shots of the details of this case cover, but it gives you perfect protection. I mean, all the corner pieces are thoroughly enclosed and protected. The wheels have really nice cutouts. It's a lot easier to fit than I thought it was going to be. When it was loose, I was kind of looking at it thinking, is this going to fit the case? Because it did look quite small, but it's millimetre perfect, and the case is given 360-degree protection. It's great as well, I must say, having proper cutouts for the handles on the side there, but also on the top. And comparing that to the cutouts on the very, very cheap kind of spandex version, you'll see if I insert some clips there, you'll see that was kind of stretched out of ways so that the handles would make an appearance. But this is absolutely perfect. It's custom made for a custom made case, in effect, you know, handmade here in the UK. And this is, I'm thoroughly impressed. Absolutely outstanding. Globe-Trotter have done a fantastic job. And I know some people will say, what's the point in buying a case like that and then covering it up where you can't see it? Well, I think you would only have to cover it like this in certain situations. Obviously, if you're traveling on an airline, perhaps, where you don't necessarily know how it's going to be, you know, treated by other passengers. Say you're in the cabin, this goes in your overhead. If someone else is jamming their rucksack or their own luggage in, are they going to scuff your case? And you just want to avoid that possibility. Fair enough. I think if you were going on a driving trip for a long weekend and you were driving somewhere for the weekend and you just wanted to take your luggage, you wouldn't necessarily need a case cover on it then, because it's always going to be in your control. And if anything happens, you know, it's something that kind of makes memories with your case. It's like a watch. You always remember that first little knock or that first little scuff. It becomes your own then. But wherever possible, I like to keep things as protected as I can and pristine as I can. And this case cover is going to be absolutely fantastic. Handle cutouts are great, but also you've got the locks here, so you can, if you forget you've locked your case or not, you can just check and do that. And then equally, let's see how easy it is to open afterwards. Unzip here, goes around that side. This other zip here comes around. And then all you do is do some of this, and then you can undo your straps as well. There's easy access for your straps if your Globe-Trotter carry-on has them. Not all of them do. And then it's just a case of opening. I mean, that's really straightforward, really well designed. It doesn't hinder you opening the case by having it in this case cover. And I'm just kind of doing this as a test to see how long it would take to open this up. But no, that is great. With the other one that I had, you had to kind of take the whole thing off, get what you wanted out of your case once you'd opened it up and everything else. This one, you don't have to take the case cover off at all. It just does like that. Absolutely brilliant. I'm thoroughly impressed. I'm not sponsored by Globe-Trotter, I'm not endorsed by them. This is me reviewing something that I've got, and I'm over the moon with it. So I would give this, on first thoughts and impressions, having got it out the case fresh, put it on, and as I say, that smell of leather is amazing. Even though there doesn't appear like there's that much leather on this, you can really smell it. I would give this, so far, 10 out of 10, thoroughly impressed, and I will look forward to testing this on a forthcoming trip that I have. Now, I've got 2 forthcoming trips actually. One of them will take me on a train, where I will use this. The other is taking me on a plane. So I will do a field test review of this and give you an update in the weeks to come, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, final thoughts, really well made. It makes the case actually, I think, look quite elegant and stylish, gives it a completely different look, makes it a lot more subtle, go under the radar, but everything that you need is there. Proper cutouts, wonderful materials, gives it the protection that it needs and deserves. So, you know, every Globe-Trotter needs a bit of TLC, so why not get ahead of that and give it the protection from the get-go. Thoroughly impressed. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, do please consider giving it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, do hit that subscribe button and the little bell notification. That's the important bit, so that you get a notice whenever I post something new. I do really appreciate it. Also, leave your comments below. What do you think of this case cover? You know, would you go for the cheaper option still, or would you invest in something like this? But do head over to Globe-Trotter's website, check it out if you haven't seen it already. But yeah, as always, stay safe, stay healthy, stay well. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all very soon. Bye for now.